The first soup I ever liked in my life was French onion.
It's the only thing Mike would eat. We thought, I mean,
It's
we
true.
thought there was something wrong with him growing up. Now we know there is, but growing up was like, we would go to restaurants and he would just get, we each order like appetizer, entree, and he'd be like, just the French onion soup.
I think it was because, I mean, first of all, it has everything. It's got delicious.
Doesn't have everything.
It's got everything. It's got everything that I would want. Delicious soaked bread in broth with melted cheese on top, caramelized onions.
That's all you want.
That's all I want.
All
Yeah,
right.
at the time, that's all I wanted. But I think because I got it in the restaurant, it came out in those fancy ramekins. It was just like, oh, wow, that's fancy. It's got French in the name. I can't make this. But the truth is, it's so simple, and I make it all the time. You don't have to get one of those fancy ramekins for like $48. You can use a coffee mug. All you do is cut up some onions and try to cut them thin because it's gonna save you some time in the cooking process. And also, it's just nice to bite into smaller onions. I don't know. Add a little oil to a pan on medium-high heat. Add your onions, and then a very key step, sprinkle in just a little baking soda. And what that baking soda is going to do is it's going to brown your onions much quicker. It's going to give you great color on those things. So
Yeah, it really helps with the caramelization.
Yeah, you
but
get
use
that
a
deep,
very
dark,
small amount, like
small.
1/8 of a teaspoon. If you add too much, it's going to not taste good. Be careful, but it's so worth it.
Add a little salt and pepper to your onions as well. So after your onions are caramelized, add a little stock. I like adding beef stock. I think that's what they use a lot in the restaurants. It's got that nice dark color and flavor. You can even add water. Just make sure you season it a lot to bring some more flavor to it. Bring your soup up to almost a boil, I would say a simmer, and it's pretty much done, you know. Season it to taste, make sure it's tasting delicious. Add it to your mug and save a little room. That's important because what we're gonna do is tear up a bunch of bread, and it's better if this bread is old, so it works great if you have some bread lying around in the pantry, because if it's nice and crusty and stale, it's gonna really soak up and hold its texture in the soup. So you add that to the top. After that, you're gonna take a few slices of provolone cheese and lay them over top the mug on top of your bread, and make sure they overlap on the sides of the mug, because that's the best part of French onion. It's when that cheese melts and broils on the side and you get to fucking rip it off and eat it. Broiled cheese is delicious. We all know that. You throw it in the broiler. You can put it in the oven if you don't have a broiler, but the broiler is going to give it that nice crispy topping of cheese on top of your French onion. But just watch it. Just right when it's brown and crispy, pull it out and look at that cheesiness. That's what you're after. That's why I loved it. You could microwave it. That's a good point. Probably make the whole thing in the microwave. Can you caramelize onions in the microwave?